King Gamma, and today you're here to listen to me talk about Witch. Okay, let's get two things out of the way right now. A, Witch has always been the cooler version of Winx Club. That's always what it was for me. As a kid, that's why I watched Witch and not Winx Club. I was like, I mean, this is cool or whatever, but this... And I start like this because when I made the Winx Club video, the one that may or may not be out already, don't check after this one. When I made that one, I was glazing Witch. I couldn't help it. It's goated. Those are my goats. The second thing we need to get out of the way, intros. The other thing I said in the Winx Club video is that if I find out that there are other intros for Witch and they don't bang, I'm gonna be heartbroken. I found out there are other intros for Witch. One of them sucks, dude. I can't play them, probably. They're probably gonna be like copyright stricken or whatever. But go look for the Italy version. And then go look for the UK version. The UK version is a fucking bopper, bro. I will always obviously be partial to the US version, but if they would have came back on season 2 and played the UK version instead, you wouldn't have heard a single complaint from my mouth. That shit is a bopper. The Italy version feels like a Winx Club opening, but the UK version, it's like a good mix between shit's real here and don't stop, girly bomb, don't stop, get it, get it. It's a better balance. That shit would have me hyped for an episode. It's like, oh my god, that shit would have me overly hyped for an episode. Speaking of episodes, I found out Witch, the show, only got 2 seasons. However, there is way more story than 2 seasons of show. There's like 10 or 11 arcs in this. Like, there's a lot of comics. And there's been a lot of like adaptations of that story in book form. But the only one that gets close to finishing all of it, other than, you know, obviously the original comics finished, but like the only adaptation that gets close to finishing are the Yen Press graphic novels. They got to the second to last arc. Yen Press, my goats. My goats. I love Yen Press. I love Yen Press. I was reading the fuck out the Maximum Ride books. I was reading the fuck out the... Okay, I wasn't reading Daniel X that much, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I read it like once. And it was only because it was Yen Press. And I was like, yeah, let me go to shit. I'll read that. But you know what I did read, though? Witch and Wizard. That was low-key my shit. Mostly Maximum Ride, though. I think I read those books multiple times. Which is funny, because I don't remember most of it. But I was, like, a kid when I read them, so, like... Anyway, all the other adaptations get, like, nowhere close to finishing the entire story. It's, like, nowhere fucking close. There are also, like, 2 book series that are, like, their own original stories. Like, they have this one that's, like, it's got a book for every Guardian, and it's just, like, a short story about them. And then they've got this other one. I don't know, something about birds... or something. It's only in German. Was it German or was it, what language was that? No, Danish. It's only in Danish. It's the Crystal Birds. It's only in Danish. We never got a translation. So I have no idea what's happening there. I didn't look into it that much. And then they also had, like, you know, normal girly books. Like, let's paint our nails and listen to girly talk. Ooh, 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 don't stop, kitty, kitty. I have never in my life encountered a witch book, which is why I didn't know that there was story past season 2. I'm going to be honest, as a lot of things that we're going to talk about on this channel, at least in these first 18 videos, I do not remember much of them. I watched these as a child. Anything I do know about Witch is from that show, and I barely remember the show. But also, that means that anything I do know about Witch is maybe also wrong, because apparently this show is only a loose adaptation. Not an adaptation, a loose one. It's kind of a rigid movement, but you get the point. You get what I'm going for. Virtually, I know nothing. This is, however, what I do remember. Obviously, Will, Irma, Cornelia, Tyranny, Palin. Before I started researching for this video, I could remember every single name other than Cornelia. And you honestly, on one hand, you could blame me for that, because like these are all normal names other than like Tyranny. I've never heard of Tyranny in real life, and yet I remembered her name but not Cornelia. So like on one hand, you can't own me for that, but on the other hand, it's like, nigga, you remembered Tyranny but not Cornelia? You don't hold me for that though. Obviously I remembered that. I could remember which element each one of them had. Something I was confused on though, for some reason I remembered both Bloom and Tyranny being fire. But I was like, that makes no sense. Why would they both be fire? But it occurred to me that I couldn't actually remember what... Did I call her Bloom? Well, honestly, that's probably why I thought Will had fire. It was probably Bloom's fault. Will does not have fire. Her element is like energy or something. And then later it's revealed to be something called quintessence? Quintessential quintuplet. Something like that. It starts with a Q. How many words start with a Q? That's the power that the leader of the team gets every time. Obviously, we all remember the Heart of Kanjakar. The ones of us who have actually seen Witch, we remember the Heart of Kanjakar. Another thing I never found out, and or don't remember the episode, and or never saw the episodes, what the fuck is Kanjakar? Good question, nephew. Good question, nephew. Kanjakar. And honestly, and I still kind of don't understand what Kanjakar is. Kanjakar is this realm that I think they said has been around since around the dawn of time, and it holds the congregation of Kanjakar, or the council, they're referred to as either, and their job is to make sure that the universes are all protected. It's like, I don't have an example to compare this to, but you've probably seen something that has like a world with a council whose job is to protect the world. Now, along with Kanjakar, there are other realms, like there's Meridian, there's Earth, there's, I forget some of the other ones, but there's other realms. Apparently, they all have a heart. It's not just the heart of Kanjakar. There's a heart of Meridian. There's a heart of Kadma. Nope, Zambala. Nope, Kadma's the one who has it. We'll get to Kadma in a second. There's a heart of Zambala. There's a heart of Earth. They all have a heart. I wasn't going to talk about Kadma and the others until a little later, but since I've mentioned her name, she's crawled her way into my brain space. Let's talk about Kadma and the others. Obviously, Will and her friends are not the first group of Guardians. Not by a long shot. Now, I don't think we know about, like, ones of past, but we know about the last group that Haylen's grandmother was in. I was gonna try to remember this and look professional. I'm sorry, these names are funky. The old team of Guardians and their powers, Nerissa was the leader. Quintessence. Kadma, the Earth Guardian. Cassidy, Water. Yanlin, Air. Halinor, Fire. I had to look. Their names trip me up still. I just learned this a few days ago. Please don't kill me. In fact, I would really appreciate it if instead of killing me, you instead liked the video and maybe commented something and maybe subscribed and maybe hit the bell or shared it with somebody. That would make me happy. I'm going to kind of skip most of the story. The important part is that near the end of their allegiance, Nerissa got obsessed with the heart of Kanjakar's power and was therefore deemed by the Oracle, who is the head of the council, she was deemed to be unfit to hold the heart of Kanjakar. So the Oracle gave the heart to Cassidy. Nerissa didn't fucking like that, so she straight up slimed her out for it. Like, I'm not like an accidental. From what I read, it sounds like I thought it was an accident. I thought they were fighting over it and then she accidentally killed her. No, I read deeper. No, it sounds like she straight up slimed her shit, King Von style, for the heart. And then the group broke up. It was like, yeah, I don't want to work with this evil, crazy bitch either. Now, here's another thing, right? That happened near the end. But during Padma, the Earth Guardian for their group, she also had the heart of Zambala because she was like the queen of Zambala or some shit. So they had two power sources on the team at the same time. So they could do some shit that the current group can't even do because they just have access to more power. Speaking of their powers, there's a lot of shit in there. For this to make sense, I should tell you where their powers come from. Kanjakar was created by nymphs. There was a nymph of like creation or something, life, blah, 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 blah. The important part is that there was a nymph of elements named Jin Jing. There's an old legend, it basically happened. The short version is there were 4 elemental dragons. I forgot what all happened, but it basically kind of ends up with them condensing, including Jin Jing, into the heart of Kanjakar. That's why Will's the one who can push their powers out to them. They're literally in the heart, which means that each guardian is linked to a dragon, or if you're the leader, Jin Jing. So you can go full element form, like full-on element / dragon form. It takes their life force, though, apparently. The other group had that issue a lot less, I guess, because they had like 2 power sources. It was something like that. But they can't do that. It's just not a good idea. It's just not. It's like an all or nothing. Now that you understand that, Speaking of their powers, eventually, apparently, I don't think Narissa's group got here because, you know, she disbanded them through treachery. The current Guardians do eventually unlock, in an arc literally called New Power, mind you, they do eventually unlock like a powered up form. I mean, unlike Winx Club, they only get like one extra form, but they get new costumes with them too, and they're fire costumes. That's another thing I really fucking love in the show is the designs. We'll get to the designs in a second because there's a lot to say on that. Speaking of the old group, Cassidy's dead, like I said, but the rest of them do grow old. This is what Narissa looks like, which I feel is a perfect PSA to stay away from drugs and dark magic. And this is what Kadma looks like in both the show and the comics. I'm showing you both. Listen, holy Lord. I'm gonna bring the mic so you can actually hear me. Come here. This show has some fine ass old women. Holy shit. Not Narissa. That was. I saw her when she was young and about lost my mind. And then I saw her when she was old and I was like, what happened? There's so much in here. I feel like that I'm supposed to know that I just don't know. This might be one of those videos, and there's a couple of these videos in this first 18 that would definitely benefit from a second video being made. I'm in like my last semester of college, so I don't have time to make these videos like all super. There's some long ones, don't worry, but I don't have time to make them all like super duper long. So you'll have to let me know in the comments if you want a secondary Witch video so I can delve deeper into this with y'all. Anyway, let's talk about the design. They're normal, everyday clothes, human designs. Cool, perfect, great, awesome. They had that sauce. They had that 2000 sauce. Okay, their Guardian designs, boom. Okay, perfect. It's giving ethereal. It's giving witch. It's giving magical being, right? Okay, there's a reboot, and you know that's like a slur in this economy. Obviously, reboot means reboot designs. Their human ones, boom. They're not actually that bad. They're not that bad. I'm hating. Cornelia's is basic as fuck. I always liked Cornelia's long skirt thing she had going on. And it's just like, it's gone now. Irma's is like, okay, I guess. It's not like the worst thing on the planet. It's like, it's also kind of basic. It's fine. But I actually kind of like Will's. Obviously, I'm not the most reliable source, but I kind of remember Will being a head case for some reason. Reboot Will looks like a head case, so I'd like hers, actually. Hey Lynn has that shit on. I'm not gonna cap on Hey Lynn. Hey Lynn has that shit on. I do like her design. I don't know why Tyranny looks like a lesbian now. I don't know if that's like one panel where they were like in the gym, or if that's just what she looks like. Is that just what she wears now? I mean, okay, I guess. I don't know if she's like more of a tough girl in the reboot, so like they're trying to like convey that. She used to be like a little nerd. Her design isn't giving little nerd though. You know, it's giving I will ball you on the court, nigga. Check up. So I don't know if she's like more athletic or something in the reboot. I don't know. Their everyday normal clothes designs are like they're all right or whatever, but their witch designs. Let's start with the ones I do like. I do like Will's design. Will's design is close to her original. It's missing the flowy bits on the arm, but other than that, it's generally close to what it was. So for that reason, it's like, okay, it's kind of a downgrade, but it's not like a major step down. So this is pretty good. I'm okay with this. Irma's looks drastically different from what she used to have. It's kind of just like a dress now, but it still has kind of a flowy element in the dress, and it still kind of gives like magical being, ethereal, witch almost, you know? It still kind of gives the same vibe. So for that reason, I do like Irma's. Tyranny's is fine. It's kind of just what she wears on Earth. It's not like awful. It's also close to what she wore in the original. It's just missing like the Superman spandex. It's not that bad. I kind of like it. It's fine. Cornelia's, perfect. Cornelia's is just her old costume, pretty much. I mean, for the most part. And I really like Cornelia's old Guardian costume. Hell, she might have had my favorite Guardian costume. I really fucked with the long skirt. Something about that was kind of a fire design choice. And she basically just has her old costume. So yeah, hers is fucking great. Hey, Lynn's is god-awful, boy. She looks the best in their civilian outfits or whatever. They did her ass dirty. They did her dirt in the Guardian uniform. I do mean dirt. I can't even fully explain to you exactly why I hate it, but I think it mostly has to do with like all the other ones, for the most part, I guess other than Tyranny. The other costumes still retain some form of either the original design or some form of flowy nature or some form of it's giving ethereal magical being. to some degree, right? Like, Tyranny's may not flow anywhere on her costume, but it's still kind of giving Forest Nymph, you know? Hey Lynn's doesn't do any of that at all. It's kind of giving like little pixie AI character or whatever. Now, I don't even know how to describe what hers looks like, but it doesn't do any of the things I feel it's supposed to do as a costume for a magical guardian. It's just kind of ass. Am I crazy? Am I the only one that feels that way? Am I tweaking? You have to let me know if I'm tweaking. You have to let me. I assume Witch fans are watching this. You have to let me know if I'm tweaking. But that's about it. If you enjoyed this, because I was so scattered, I feel like I did a lot of this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. If this is something you'd like to hear more about, then be sure to let me know down in the comments. If I missed something, or there's just something you know that you think would be interesting to tell us all, then let us know down in the comments. And until next time, I'm King Gamma, and thank you for listening to me yap about Witch.